Okay, she can swim.
Yep, she can swim. She doesn't have Belmont syndrome.
Yeah, she's not a Belmont.
She's also not Sonic, where there's a timer. Hey there, everybody. Puppers. We're doing Arcanion, Tale of Magi. This was a game made by a developer that I've been following for a while now. He used to make a lot of RPG Maker games. And it was actually by watching his games that I was just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
How do I do that? And that was the time when it was a PC only. So I was just like, oh, well. And then with RPG Maker MV, it became Mac compatible. And I was like, woohoo. Well, this is made in Pixel Game Maker MV, which does not have a Mac version at the time of this recording. So
Naturally.
I'm just like, well,
you had to have a Mac.
I know. It just had to happen, I guess. All right. So let's start up here. And yeah, the reason I'm playing this is because it was released onto the Switch, because otherwise it would be PC only. And I'd be like, well, supporting you from way over here.
You'd have to play it on my computer. Which I don't
know how you'd feel about that.
I don't know.
Be a little nervous, okay, don't give it any viruses. Because I played
please be nice to my
some
computer.
of his old RPGs on my dad's laptop, and I swear to God, that laptop combusted. But anywho, this is Arcanion, Tale of Magi. It very much is retro inspired. It reminds me of Castlevania, Mega Man, and Shovel Knight, actually. I get a lot of Shovel Knight vibes when I play this. We're going to go into classic mode, a mode for veterans who are looking for a classic old school challenge. If you were to play this, I highly recommend casual mode.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's
perfect.
That's landing. A given.
This is the place. This is the chamber that holds the power I desire. Don't worry, I'll do all the voices. A sealed book which contains the dark power that will let me carry out my revenge. The Dark Tome. And at long last, it'll be mine to command. What should I do for her voice?
I can't believe she's late on her first day on the job. Honestly. Look who's here. You're late, Maggie.
The banshees are chiming in.
I know.
As a warrior of Arcanion, it is your duty to be ready for whatever may come, which means shipshape. You heard in the briefing, right? A group of monsters has gathered on the island with a powerful foe. Maggie, it's your job to rout the leader of these monsters. Taking him down will make the rest of the monsters scatter to wherever they came from. Maggie, I'll leave you to it. You possess the same power as all warriors of Arcanion have, the Aura of Light. Pew!
Jay's like, okay.
Yeah, that. You use it well, even if it's a beginner like you. The Aura of Light is something that the warriors of Arcanion have possessed for decades. And now we must use these powers to defend ourselves against the forces of monsters that try to invade our abbey. I leave the rest in your capable hands. You shouldn't have a hard time with enemies like these. Of course, if it were me doing this, I'd rout the enemies in no time at all. But you won't learn anything if I do it myself. Anyway, that's enough talking for me. Go get 'em, Maggie! Go find their boss! Ho ho! Ho ho! It's one of the few girl voices I can do! Ho ho!
I know, it just is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I want to do voice acting, so maybe for one of his sequels or future games, he'll be like, I'll hire this guy.
Hire me!
So anyways, yes, very retro inspired. And you have the Aura of Light, which very much works like Mega Man's Mega Buster.
Choo choo choo!
You want to collect gold coins because there is a shop in this game to give you some power-ups. And depending on what you buy will make the game a lot easier. And you have freedom of what you can buy just depending on how much money you have. So everything in the shop is available from the beginning. It's just how much money you have.
Okay.
That's the similarity to Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight works the same way. You can hold off and save up for the game-breaking stuff to make the rest of the game easier. Or you can spend a little bit to upgrade your health,
right,
upgrade the damage you deal, stuff like that. And the music, I believe, is actually composed by Abstract the Origin. Very retro-inspired, tingy. Not bad, but not something you'd want to listen to on purpose.
Yeah.
And like again, that's not a knock towards the composer. She just does not like that kind of music.
Yeah, for me,
For long terms.
yeah, for me, I think it's more or less because of my ear issues that I have that it actually hurts. Like,
Yeah.
So it's not anything that it's like, ew, this is gross. It's just like it kind of hurts me.
I feel like Jaymonius has the same mindset as I have of just like, I played hard games. I want to like give it back. Because there's a lot of like retro NES inspired in the level design here. To where it's just like, hey, can you accomplish this bullshit task? Right now we're gonna jump and shoot.
I like her little pink pants.
You like her pink pants? She's a mute. She doesn't talk. She'll do
Okay.
like a few tiny expressions, but like all the characters interact around her.
I feel like that also is a very retro game aspect. Like the main character doesn't talk.
Yeah, they don't really have a character of themselves. There we go. Oh, careful.
Banshees are screaming.
Yeah, you start out with just 3 hearts and like 3 hits and you die, but those little checkpoint flags, when you grab them, it'll restore your health. But after we complete this level and we go to the shop, see, just like that checkpoint flag,
Okay.
we'll get to the shop. And here's our first boss.
Oh. Oh.
He's charging up his health. Goblin boss. I think he used to be called the ogre boss. Anywho, so yeah, this is the goblin boss. Careful.
Pew pew pew.
Alright, here we go into the second phase.
Oh.
Whee!
She's like, no.
And all the sprites are done by Jaymonius. He actually made the sprites himself. And like the very basic animations. He said he used some of like the character designs from some of the RPGs he did.
Okay.
To like double dip. Similar to like what we're doing with Parchment.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, we're doing this for the creature collection.
but we're also using it for this one.
Yep.
Maggie, what are you doing?
Aw.
If you're finished, let's head back to the Abbey.
She does a little victory dance, which is the same victory theme from Elemental Isles.
I know, it throws me off.
Huh? What's the problem?
Lady Wicca, it's terrible. A thief has broken into the sealed chamber.
What? The sealed chamber? Come, Maggie.
Oh.
Oh, look, the cavalry's here.
I don't know who you are, thief, but you better drop that book now.
Of course you don't know who I am. That's why my face is hidden, genius.
I'm warning you. If you do not drop that book, you will suffer my wrath.
You don't scare me, witch.
Witch? I think you confuse my name for an actual witch. I'm Wicca, warrior of Arcanion. Oh! Oh, I know all about your kind.
Oh, I know all about your kind. You still don't scare me.
He's mocking
As
her.
warrior of Arcanion, it is my responsibility to take down any who dare threaten the peace of our abbey. Oh! What?
Woof.
What the heck was that? You're not supposed to deflect the bullet meant for you back at me.
This power. Foolish woman, did you not think I wasn't ready for something like that? I know about the Arcanion and the aura power they possess. And I know all about the secrets of this tome. Its pages will grant me the power to combat the aura. I will use the Dark Tome to crush the warriors of Arcanion. You feel familiar.
That's creepy.
No matter, the tome is mine. I will now carry out my revenge. The warriors of Arcanion are finished.
Wait, Maggie! I know you want to go after him, but we have to assess the damage that hooded freak did first. Once we tend to the injured, we'll go after him. He's not going to get very far with the Dark Tome. I call this meeting All right, listen up, everyone. We have a crisis on our hands. The Dark Tome was stolen, a very powerful book that will grant the reader unfathomable power. And the thief is a man who hid his identity under a rough-looking hood.
Pardon me, but just what is this Dark Tome, and how did we come into possession of such an artifact?
Oh, right, I forgot that you're new to being a warrior of Arcanion, just like Maggie. Well, I'll quickly go and explain the details, so make sure you take notes. Got it? The Dark Tome was excavated out of the sea only a few months ago by our excavational team. However, one of the excavators read the book out of curiosity and ended up causing a massive rampage during the operation. The excavators managed to subdue the rampage of the wielder, but the user was left in a weakened state. We then decided to safeguard the book. The book was then transferred to our care so that we would make sure no one would read its pages and gain the power to go on a rampage again.
And now that this hooded guy has the Dark Tome, he could possibly use his power to go on a rampage.
He's out there, and we can't waste a single second while he's plotting some to attack this abbey. We have to find him and stop him. We'll search every corner of this island and track him down.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, Maggie. While you're still starting out, don't get in over your head. Also, here's 100 gold. Be sure to give Marco a visit so you can buy some of the things to help you get started. And always be sure to follow your fellow warriors' advice, as they will help you better yourself as a warrior of Arcanion.
Okay.
Be careful out there, Maggie.
It throws me off because it's spelled like Magi.
Yeah, it could be Magi.
Maggie, we have to find that hooded freak. Our allies have gone to the following locations where he was last seen. Go to these locations to help out with the investigation. We have to recover the Dark Tome before it's too late.
So, similar to Mega Man, you can, go to these levels in, any order.
Okay.
So, we're going to start with our forest. But first, to the shop.
Let's go shopping.
Hey, Maggie, do you have any gold coins? You can trade them in and buy what I have here. What do you want to trade?
So you can increase Maggie's strength, fire 3 shots at once, which I highly recommend. A nice spread shot, that way you don't have to aim as much.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, exact. Because you're going to have a lot of aerial enemies where it's just jump and please hit.
They're just come on.
Oh, you're Maggie. The enemies here are fierce indeed. I heard that the Forest Guardian has been acting unusual. I'm going to report my findings to the Abbey. If you're going to find the thief, use extreme caution when exploring the forest. Alright, be careful, Maggie.
Okay.
Yeah, I like how, if Maggie had a voice, she'd be Olivia.
Oh, wow, this is interesting.
That's the only voice I can do.
Alright, so here we are, our forest, and there's my spread shot.
Nice.
Yeah, so I can fire in 3 different directions. And if you just tap it rapidly, you can do up to 9 shots. So yeah, makes things easier. Because you got enemies that just like to appear out of nowhere. And I practiced a bit when I first downloaded this, so I kind of got some of the enemy placement mesmerized.
Memorized?
Memorized, yeah. Got it memorized. Alright. And there's also chests that you can't get yet until you get more power-ups.
I was just about to ask.
So you can revisit, yeah, you can revisit these areas later on when you get more powers. Each level has a skill that you unlocked. So not only are there skills that you can buy and perks that you can buy, there's also skills that you learn in each level.
Okay.
And down here we're gonna get our first one. Excuse you. Got a little mandragora lady down there. Ha!
Yay.
Checkpoint! Alright, spikes are instant death, just like in Mega Man.
Okay.
Spike placement gets a little ridiculous as the game goes on. Have Belmont syndrome.
Yeah, she's not a Belmont.
She's also not Sonic to where there's a timer. Well, she less swims and more just plops like a brick.
Yeah, she sinks.
Here we go. Here's our first ability. Maggie learned Aura Sword. With the Aura Sword, you will be able to do more. Oh, okay. You can also use the Aura Sword in the air to cut from above.
This is why I'm not reading.
This is why you're not reading.
I get flustered.
I know you do. And I'm thawy. Alrighty. Because, like, for some reason, I read faster when I'm playing.
Are you reading it out loud?
No.
People tend to read faster when they are reading silently.
Okay. I'll have to read out loud then. You'll just be, like, cooking, and I'll be like, the way of the You'd be like, oh, I guess he's playing a game.
Like, who is he talking to?
Who's he talking to now?
I mean, I talk to the pets, so...
Aw, I mean, I talk to the pets, too. You're not alone with that weird quirk.
They talk back, though.
Aw. I know Luna does.
Yeah.
Wesker sometimes.
I know, he'll groan. He's just like, ugh.
Aw. Meanwhile, Milo's always like,
Ouch.
And I was like, my whole body hurts.
It hurts to breathe.
But no, when you see this, does it give you a little, like, inspiration for, like, oh, Milo and future projects? Designing your own, like, backgrounds and stuff like that?
Yeah, I like the idea of, like, the layered backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Once we figure out, like, the dimensions and, you know, everything that we need, I'd like to paint them.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So that way it's like...
Oh, shit. Gotta wait for him to open up. Damn. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
First death of the playthrough. Alright, so every time you die, you can go back to a checkpoint, the stage select, or the title screen.
Okay.
So, like, a checkpoint's like, alright, you're still in the same level. Stage select, it's like, alright, maybe this level's too hard. We'll try a different level.
Yeah.
And title screen, self-explanatory. You could just go back to the title and start all over. Very retro inspired. So, I did ask, like, how did you get this game on the Switch? And he said, so how it works is, like, someone comes to you.
Oh.
Who, like, has the capabilities of, like, putting it on the Switch. And you have to, like, fill out a rubric and, like, go through these steps. He said it's a very tiring process, but it's basically,
I mean, it's
like...
worth it.
Yeah. They come to you and it's just like, hey, we noticed this game's pretty popular. It's something that we'd like to have in the library. You just have to meet this criteria and we can put it on the Switch.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like you send it out to them like an audition.
Right.
They come to you.
Hmm.
They'll be like, hey, I noticed your game. We think it would be a good fit for the Switch. It's kind of like how a sponsor would approach you for a YouTube video. It's like, hey, we saw your channel and we'd like to be your sponsor. You gotta do this rubric and this fill out this criteria. All right, so I'm gonna take the high road this time.
You take the high road and I'll take the low road.
That was a weird transition. That happens when like you paint one image and then put another image that doesn't match the dimensions. Yeah. Again, it happens. I do like how like there seems to be like multiple layers in the background.
Yeah.
You got the layer of like
the mountains, like the brown
the
mountains.
Trees.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Ah. Well, I cut it. I like the game over screen. She's just laying there dead. Well. And yes, I will be dying a lot in this playthrough. Keep in mind, I am playing on Classic, not Casual. I'd say, difficulty-wise, this is, like, close to Mega Man 1 in difficulty, I'd say.
Okay. When
I was playing Mega Man 1, like, a couple areas, I'm just like, couple deaths, but nothing too crazy. Couple bosses give me trouble, but it ain't Rayman.
Oh my god.
Rayman is still in a category all on its own. But it's also not as easy as, like, Kirby or even Rystar.
Yeah.
Like, there is some, like, hardcore retro challenge here. Shit. Alright, I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Because, like, I cut it, but while I jump, I don't make the jump. But I have to cut it before I jump, otherwise it'll stab me, because those are brambles.
It's a lose-lose right there.
Mm-hmm. But I want that chest. So we're going to find a way to do it. No, you're okay.
I like when to stretch and just punch you. It's fine.
There we go. Found a heal potion. Alrighty.
Ha!
Thought you could surprise me from coming out of the bushes, eh? Ugh, thank God. So what do you think? What are your initial thoughts?
I'm just kind of like watching to see like kind of the backgrounds and trying to get an idea of like how I would design a sprite myself.
Okay.
Of like,
I wonder how you do like animations, like something as simple as like her running.
well, and that's kind of what I'm paying attention to. So she has like,
Ooh, first boss. Well, I mean second boss. Allroan. I don't know what Allroan is. I guess it's some kind of like mandragora. Yikes.
she kind of looks like a vegetable.
Yeah, it looks like she's mounted on a giant tomato. And now she dead.
Joke's on you. I took my acid reflux medications. But yeah, it looks like for her running, she has like 2 to 3 different like frames that are used. So.
And it just cycles through?
Yeah.
All right, Jaymonius. We're going to hit the shop, and we'll see you all in the next part.
Toodles!